Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I have got a really good one for you today. I am in Yorba Linda at the Yorba Linda Regional Park. It's about 20 miles from the beach. It's inland. This is one of the last cities, Yorba Linda is, prior to Riverside County. And this is really a beautiful place. I mean, you got all the swans out here hanging out, the ducks, the squirrels, everybody. There's so much to talk about. You cannot make this stuff up. This is getting more and more preposterous by the day with the business news that you have we're being inundated with. And there's just so much to cover. Before I do, please take a second to the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. In the video description, there's a link where you can join our email list. Please sign up for the email list, and let's get into it. Right now, they just announced fantastic job numbers. 531,000 people last month were added to the workforce, and we're supposed to celebrate this. Now, I have an article where there are over 100 million people, 104 million people that are not working. They're not in the workforce, and they're not looking for a job. But we're not supposed to count these people. This doesn't count, and it's irrelevant right now. They want to tell us that unemployment fell to 4.6% from 4.9%. What living, breathing adult believes this? Because you'd have to be, sniffing glue to believe that. So with that being said, I think unemployment is well above 20% right now. I think during the height of the health crisis, it was over 25%, but it's at least 20% right now. It is absolutely catastrophic, and I've got a bunch of articles and things to discuss all this stuff, but this is crazy right now that they're trying to sell this low unemployment. I don't know why, and even with the 531,000 jobs that were added, we're supposed to celebrate this, but they were labor jobs, and hospitality is the majority of these people. Working at hotels, working in restaurants and things like this, and there is an absolute problem getting more and more people to do this. Look at the swans, how they're just following me. Isn't that nice? It's like, I got treats for them this time, so they all know that's when the camera shuts off, they're gonna be fed. Really good actors, they're union, fantastic. So I really want you guys to share your thoughts on this, because this is absolutely crazy that we're supposed to believe these numbers and that everything's great. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. This is worldwide, guys. This is not just the United States that we're having labor and hiring problems. This is happening all over the place. So tell me what you think right now. I really want to know. Hey buddy, I'm out. Sorry. I'm out, guys. Guess the friendship's over, right? While I was researching this video, you come across all these different stats and different things, and as all these different media sources are, congratulating themselves that there's been 531,000 jobs added, they were talking about the rise in wages. People are making 0.4% more on their wages right now, and that wages could have gone up a whole 4.6% this year. Isn't that fantastic? These people are making so much money. But when you look at the second article about inflation, their wages are not keeping up with inflation. So they're not making enough to pay their own bills right now. And this is absolutely catastrophic. So as we're being sold this new spending plan, the new spending plan is 7,000 pages. Some of the Congress people that had to look at this did not have the capabilities of printing 7,000 pages with their printers at the Capitol. Okay? Crazy. Lefty, righty, righty-tighty, lefty-loose, I don't care what side you're on, 7,000 pages to read and to vote on that. So it passed, but here's the one thing that's absolutely disturbing with this whole thing, and that is this. And, we were promised that there would be no tax increases for people that made under $400,000. Now, 61% of the average Americans last year did not pay any taxes, okay? That being said, because most people are under the median income line level to pay federal taxes, okay? Well, we're getting taxed in other ways. There is a increase on natural gases, which will raise natural gas prices across the country an average of 35%. 35% for you to heat and cool your house this year. Guys, that's preposterous, guys. It's absolutely so ridiculous. This place is really nice. It's really beautiful, peaceful. I don't know if you can see those boats out there. I'll get a better shot of it, but it looks like a big swan pedal boat. You can go on the lake and rent those things and hang out and with your kids, your family, your girlfriend, whatever. And so guys, this is a tax increase for every single person, okay? I have a really good friend of mine who had a very extensive conversation with her today about a few things, and she went to the solar convention for the Edison company, and this was the power company. Edison is our power company here in California. Now, they were talking about 2 years ago they had this convention. They didn't have it in 2020. It came back this year. And 2 years ago, they were talking about all the different ideas that they had for infrastructure and how it would take decades to get the infrastructure set up to go electric. Now, again, I know you Elon fans, you guys love Elon, but this is all a mess right now. It's all completely preposterous. And again, you know, you can't make this stuff up. The White House just had a summit for the EV companies. They had Ford, they had GM, and they were sitting there, congratulating these guys on being the forefront for innovation, and didn't invite Elon Musk, which is preposterous. Elon Musk has made videos about this. He's been on Twitter. He was interviewed this week. I think Thursday or Friday he was interviewed again about this. This is ridiculous, guys. You know, your hero, your boyfriend, Elon Musk, you guys want this guy to lead the world with everything. Either you take him seriously or not. So clearly, you know, the White House didn't take him seriously. He said it's not a friendly administration to his companies, which, okay, the guy's, he's the leader of the club when it comes to EVs. So, you know, share your thoughts on all this stuff. I just think that from talking to my friend, the change in information, I cannot wait to get this from her. She's going to get me all these PowerPoint presentations that were made at this this Edison Summit about all the regulations that are going across the country. There are so many laws being passed that prior to what was signed this week with the administration on electric vehicles and what people are going to have to do and how they don't want natural gas to be the provider, and that when you build new houses, you're going to have electricity. Electricity is very expensive, guys. And you can say, oh, you can go solar. You know, not everybody lives in a place like this, guys, okay? And here's the thing about solar. You know, I'm super familiar with it because I had a real education working for a solar company. But if you don't have the solar right and the sun is not right, you don't produce any power, guys. So as you're freezing, and some of you right now are sitting there and you look out the window as Dan's talking, there's got snow on the ground right now. So with that being said, not everybody's going to be able to have electric power, just like the wind problem was that they've discovered in the UK. They built all these windmills to produce wind energy, and then the wind doesn't blow. Who knew? Okay, well, it doesn't blow, so you get no power. So what do you do? Okay, now California's big push right now is we have to rely on natural gas because the electrical grid is going to be overwhelmed with everything. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. This is not an easy fix, but again, you can't make this stuff up. It's just too much, and it's constant. To continue with this theme of you can't make this stuff up, and it's being completely ridiculous, I was at a friend's house, Fountain Valley, California today, walking her dog, and an elderly woman was on the other side of the street and had this beautiful big German Shepherd, and she wanted to meet my friend's dog. Okay, so the two dogs meet, and this woman's name is Annette, and Annette tells us, she said, oh, how long have you had the dog? You know, conversation, normal dog conversation. Oh, I just got him. And she says, Annette, probably 75-ish years old, says, can you believe if you don't make your house payment, they will throw you out right now? I said, yeah, imagine that. That's something that they will do. And she said, well, my next door neighbor didn't make their house payment and they got thrown out of their house and they were going to leave the dog at the house. Okay? So this beautiful German Shepherd, they were just going to abandon because they got foreclosed on their house. which is horrible, okay? Absolutely awful. I understand you're down and out, but Annette took the dog in because she's a good person, okay? This leads me to another story. 12 years ago, going through my divorce, and I've got to get a place to live, and I go rent this place, and there's a cat, gray cat, that kept coming to the house, coming to the house, coming to the house. And the neighbor said, oh, that's Mozart. Mozart used to live there. And I'm like, wow, what happened to the owners? They didn't take it? Well, they got foreclosed on, and then you moved in, and Mozart keeps wanting to go back, which is horrific, okay? Mozart would sneak his way into the house, this big, beautiful gray cat, which I'm allergic to cats, okay? Okay, it's a dander thing, whatever. So this cat used to scare the hell out of me because I'd come home from work and the cat would be inside the house. And it just, when you're by yourself and all of a sudden you see this cat, it, needless to say, it scares the hell out of you. So being allergic, I'd have to get the cat out of the house. It's funny, I used to think I was allergic to my mother-in-law, and I found out it was her cat. So needless to say, can't be around cats, okay? That being said, the place I live in now, lived there for a few years, okay? Move in, there's a black cat that shows up, okay? Hey, kitty, how you doing, you know? And the neighbors come over and they said, that cat lived here. And when the people moved, they left the cat, just left it for the neighborhood. Somebody will take care of the cat. Now, what a degenerate, okay? This guy worked at the university in Irvine, okay? And he just left the cat when he moved out of state. What a complete degenerate. So again, be kind to people, be kind to your neighbors, talk to them. People are having a rough time right now. There's a lot of degenerates out there that are leaving cats and doing things like that. Now, a friend of mine, she told me a story that I've told this story to people that are new to the site. This is gonna be a new story for you, but a friend of mine told me a story when the health crisis started that the animal shelters would not take cats. Now think about this. You could drop off a dog, but they would not accept cats. Sorry, won't take it. Don't leave it. Don't put it in the overnight bin. Don't do anything like that. We will not be responsible or take the cat. Okay? That is horrible. So she develops a charity, comes out and develops a charity to find the cats' homes, okay? So one of the good people in the world, and again, she's brilliant, Amber's great, but this is awful. This is the bad part about the economy right now and the horrific things. People left that beautiful dog Xena and just abandoned it. Mozart, the black cat, okay? The neighbors take care of the black cat and feed it every day if you're asking about that. But Amber runs Smitten for Kittens, and again, either you're a cat person, you're a dog person, some of you are both, okay? But here's a charity that has done some good in the world. She places these cats. She's constantly getting people to take these cats that are abandoned, and this is horrific. This is what's going on with the economy right now and the bad part of this. And again, talk to your neighbors, just to introduce yourself. How you doing? Because remember, as you drive down the freeway, you have no idea what people are going through right now. And are they losing their business? Are they losing their house? But, you know, are the kids going hungry? Okay? Just be nice. But again, if you want to support Smitten with Kittens, the link will be below. You can donate some money and it will go to a 501(c)(3). Now, talked about her in the past because this is the woman that used to bank at Chase, and they were going to raise her minimum deposit requirements, how much she had to maintain in the accounts. And one of the subscribers sent her to US Bank, and because she runs a 501(c)(3), you guys got her a free checking account. So there's power in the audience here. There's power in sharing things together. But again, you know, be kind to one another. Be nice to one another. You just don't know what people are going through right now. And it's really bad. Some people are having it really tough. But to abandon these animals and do things like this is awful. It's absolutely awful. So, you know, Annette is a nice lady who took this beautiful German Shepherd in, and we're going to see more and more of this, people. We really are. So, you know, let me know what you're thinking. Tell me about, you know, ask questions. The link for Smitten with Kittens is below. And just want to know what you guys are thinking about all this stuff. You know, I'm always amazed by statistics, and certain things surprise me. How about this one? 1 in 6 people have never left their own state. Isn't that amazing? When you think about that, 1 in 6 never traveled outside their state. Warren Buffett right now, Warren Buffett is sitting on a ton of cash, $149.2 billion. I said it was 125 last week, and it's gone up. That's what he admitted to this week, $149.2 billion. Why? The guy could buy any company, anything, and he's sitting on the sidelines and waiting for the imminent collapse that's going to happen. So that should just really give you guys food for thought, to say the least, that this guy's gonna be ready to buy whatever he wants at rock bottom prices, okay? Companies, buildings, businesses, manufacturing, a little bit of everything he's going to be able to do. Banks, he's going to be able to buy it all. Now, speaking of banks and the Fed has got a real problem because it's got its money printing machine and it can print money whenever it wants to, okay? The only problem is the Fed cannot print coal, it cannot print fuel. So this has got to be made. Now, the Fed has got a real problem because the next big problem with our economy, and this is going to start here and then it's going to be a worldwide problem, is food, especially growing food. Now, farmers need nitrogen for their fertilizer. There is a nitrogen shortage right now in making fertilizer like there's never been before, and they don't know when it's going to come back. Now, you can sit there and say, well, organic farming doesn't use this. It does, because you need to have certain fertilizers to make sure the crops are healthy, make sure that you don't have pests, make sure that they're growing and getting the proper yield. And that, okay, is not going to happen right now. And this nitrogen shortage is going to be catastrophic, and it's going to affect food prices. The farmers that are honest, the ones that they will get interviewed, are talking about a retail price of 40 to 60% more for vegetables and for food in the coming months. Okay? So, again, you can't make this stuff up. The article's below, but again, there's a nitrogen shortage that nobody's thinking about. And again, you know, our government's got to do something about stuff like this, because the farmers need to grow produce. You know, whether you like cows or not, you need vegetables, you need celery, you need lettuce, you need onions, you need a little bit of everything. And it's just a problem. And they're just talking about how this is going to escalate and be so incredibly expensive in the months to come. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. This place is really nice, don't you think? Birds are nice. We were talking about EV cars earlier, and there's an announcement this week that Apple just hired an executive that used to work at Tesla to work on their autonomous cars. Christopher Moore is working on their secret project. I love they print things like this. The secret project, Project Titan, that's been secretive for 5 years, and they're trying to get autonomous cars at Apple. And Apple is convinced that it can beat Tesla to market with certain products, and that they will have level 5 autonomy, where you're gonna be able to sit there and basically go, drive me to the Yerba Linda Park, and you guys will get to see Dan here, and I'll spend $300,000 on a car that will get 19 miles, and you'll get me to the park. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, the autonomy. Look at the squirrel. Squirrel's walking up looking for food. Hey, bud, I have nothing today, okay? I'm sorry, I gave it all out. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. Now, another thing that we talked about that you cannot make up is this Evergrande situation. Evergrande is the conglomerate in China that's the big builder, that home builder that absolutely is nosediving right now. Now, one thing that we saw that I'm old enough to remember when 2008 hit is that the people that were overextended, just like the people overextended now, started to unload things. Well, Evergrande is taking a playbook out of this, and they just unloaded 2 jets. Now, here's the sick part. One of these jets, they paid $200 million for, and the other one, I can't get the price in the second jet, but they unloaded 2 jets for $50 million because they desperately needed cash for payroll and for day-to-day operations. So needless to say, somebody had a fire sale for a jet. Now, I know you're probably not in the jet market, but you're gonna start to see Sea-Doos, ski boats, motorcycles, mini electric cars, golf carts, all that stuff go on sale rather quickly because people are going to start unloading their life for all this nonsense that they purchased, and now they can't afford it, and now they're gonna start making the house payment, and they're smarter than all of us, and they're gonna be able to maintain this. Now, I grew up in Tustin, Irvine area, and that average area, the average house right now is over $1 million in that city. That is insane, guys. It's absolutely insane to look at 40 and 50-year-old houses that are $1 million. My friend that lives in Huntington Beach, her neighborhood is $1.1 million for these track houses that if I put you there, you'd say, maybe 400 or 500 grand, okay? But again, you got the Huntington Beach mailing address, and it's absolutely crazy. But again, we're seeing more and more houses that are sitting on the market longer. You're seeing more and more houses that there's a price reduction. Do yourself a favor, go to Zillow, and while they're still open, that is, and go to Zillow and just check out your own neighborhood, where I'm at. Use that button and it'll show you everything for sale around there. But then click on the houses and look at the prices and see if there's price reductions, because there's a ton of price reductions happening before your eyes, and you're gonna start to see fire sales like this Evergrande. What else does Evergrande have that they could unload, okay, that they could get cash on? Think about this. That company spent $200 million on 1 jet and unloaded 2 jets for $50 million. That's insane, guys. That is absolutely insane. But this is the shape of things to come. Share your thoughts on all this stuff. I'm gonna end this video with this last story. And again, you can't make this stuff up. It's an article out of the Wall Street Journal about hiring right now and how all these big companies are lifting requirements. They're not checking transcripts from your college. Some of them are not doing drug and background checks. So, hey, if you've had a couple felonies or you've done some stuff that you're ashamed of and you've had to explain away in the past, you can work at these places. UPS, Southwest Airlines, The Body Shop. I mean, all these different places, and read the article below, but this is the shape of hiring and where things are at right now. That's beautiful. Bride and groom getting their pictures taken. It's nice. So as this is happening, guys, people are desperate to get people to work. Now remember, there's 100+ million people that are just sitting on the sidelines right now. But Southwest Airlines, they're paying a livable wage. UPS, they're paying a livable wage. All the holiday hiring that you would normally start having right now, all the department stores and the different places like UPS that does nighttime shifts and things like that are having a real difficult time hiring people. So please don't forget to like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with everyone. And also, don't forget email address. If you want to join the email group, I'm sharing a bunch of grants this week that won't be on the channel, that we'll do from the email. Sign up below, click on the link, it just gives your email information. And don't forget, Webull has got the promotion right now that if you sign up, you get a free share of stock. You can trade cryptos really easily on it if that's your thing. And if you put any money in and make a deposit, they will give you another free share of stock. So share your thoughts on everything. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you very soon.